Siphinde sikwamkele sabukela iKids News kunqaphambili SABC 1. Asihlabele mgama ngoku sijonge kweli nqaku. Mbukeli wakhe wava ngeqhawe lezwekazi iAfrika, ayike uPrince Mashawana nowaziwa njengo-Supermash ungundaba-mlonyeni kutshanje ngenxa yencwadi ayikhuphileyo. Le ncwadi ke mbukeli nesihloko esithi The Diary of a Superhero ibalasele exhobiseni abantwana ngeendlela zokuqala amashishini. Supermash ke ohleli kunye nathi apha kwiqonga lika-Skype enkqubeni yethu. Uza kuchopha ichaze ke mbukeli ihambo yakhe yosiba kwakunye ke nokuba liqhawe ukuba kuthetha ntoni na. Good morning, Supermash, should I say. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for welcoming me. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Supermash? Are you super?
I'm great.
Yeah, let's talk about entrepreneurship for a second here, because that's precisely what your book is about. I mean, I want you to indulge me. It's entrepreneurship, but I suppose there's a creative aspect to why you called yourself Supermash. Maybe just expand on why do you call yourself Supermash?
Well, I call myself Supermash because since my surname is Mashawana, I say Super Mash because Mash is short for Mashawana. So.
That's interesting. Anyway, let's get into this question now. Getting back to entrepreneurship, but I suppose our term as abantwana abancinci abasakhasayo, we call ourselves as kidspreneurs. You know, so you're an entrepreneur, but if you're a child, you're a kidspreneur. So talk to me about that a bit and maybe explore on some of the topics that you perhaps, expand on in your book titled The Diary.
So A Diary of a Superhero is about how to start your business at a very young age, like 6 to 16.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to start your business at a young age, so you don't always have to ask your parents for money. You can spend things on your own. You must always work. You can't always be lazy, sitting on the couch, watching TV. You must always work. You must do something. So I just want other kids to learn that they can also be a superhero like me when they're older.
When they're older and they're much more super. Now, I want us to talk about this particularly, Prince, because like you alluded to earlier on in this interview, that it's between 17 to 15 years of, children that indulge in such. But let's talk about social media for a second in here. Maybe why do you think, or perhaps what is the strategic direction behind abantwana children earning income using social media in your perspective?
Pardon me, I couldn't hear you there.
I'm talking about social media, and obviously we all know that as children we love social media. So my question to you then is, in your own perspective, how do you think children can earn money monthly using social media?
Well, they just gotta promote their business more, and they need to go to schools, neighborhoods, and encourage or whatever they're doing for their business. They might be doing service, they might be doing what I'm doing, they might be selling merchandise. Mm-hmm. So they should promote their business on social media so they can learn that this is how it is.
I mean, let's talk about the book now. So, The Diary of Supermash. What's your favorite chapter? And perhaps just tease us a little bit into what's transpiring in that chapter.
I would say my favorite chapter is my story in the book.
My story.
So it says that I was bullied a lot. I once came home from school and I was watching TV and I saw this thing on TV. And it was, I think, a kid and a mom. It was like those advertisements you see on TV.
Okay.
About like cornflakes, cereals and stuff. So like I wanted to start my business also, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to start something that encouraged children to be confident with whatever they're going through. So like in substance abuse, domestic violence, gender-based violence. So that's like one of my favorite chapters in the book.
That's incredible, Prince. But also still sticking with the book, I want you now to tell me, besides it also, in your own perspective again, I'll ask you this, how do you think you can perhaps spread the message of starting business and being successful in such? Besides the book, what do you think are the tools that make up that, and perhaps how do you do it?
this is hard, nah, because
Yeah.
if I tell you the steps of starting a business, right? But if I tell you, then you won't buy the book also. But like I can tell you that you really need to start at a young age. So when you're older, you can probably give it the business to your brother or sister or whoever that you're very close to when you're older and they're younger. So then they can take over your business and you can teach them all the steps about it, about how to start your own business, how to run their business. So yeah, they just need to start at a young age and get older and older. And maybe when you're probably, let's say, 21, you'll still own that business. You can still carry it on if you want to.
Listen, I can tell you this for sure. Yeah, I was going to say that. I can tell you this for sure, but by when you reach 21, actually, you'll be way owning an empire. So it's incredible what you just said right there. But in closing, shortly, because we're running out of time, what does the future in terms of business and young people look like? And perhaps where can we find your book as well?
So if you check on my Instagram, _Supermash, and
Are you still there, Prince? All right, it seems that we are having technical glitches. Khona ke ingxaki esinayo mbukeli kwakunye ke nodlebe lethu. Kodwa ke sawuke sibambe apho kwangoku ngenxa yexesha. Kodwa ke okwangoku maske sive kuwe ingakumbi abafundi bale ncwadi kaSupermash into babona mhlawumbi bafunde ndoni kuyo. Bukela.
I think Supermash is so cool because he is the first African black child superhero who teaches other kids to become their own hero. I would read Supermash's books because I love reading. Supermash is cool because he is the first black superhero kid here in South Africa. And he is cool because he donates food to charity and homeless people out there. He also shares his superpowers with other people.
Supermash is cool because he's a humble boy, he's a smart boy, and he's a disciplined boy. If you want to become a kidpreneur, read this book and get it. It's only 200 rands and it's from Bargain Books. We were selling it in primary school and I got a chance to spend a day with him